checking out. The woman says, "Oh, he's just walking out. He didn't pay for that." I said, "Well, why are you stopping him?" She goes, "Oh, the governor." I swear to God, true story. On my mom's grave. The governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. I said, "That's just not true." And I said, "We have the 10th toughest, $950, the 10th toughest in America." She doesn't even know what I was talking about. By the way, it's the 10th toughest in America. Look it up. No one gives a damn about that. And I said, "It's just not true. There's still stop." They said, "Well, we don't stop them because of the governor." And then she looks at me twice, and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over, wants to take photos. I'm like, "No, I'm not taking a photo. We're having a conversation. Where's your manager? How are you blaming the governor?" And it was, $380 later. And I was like, "Why am I spending $380? Everyone can walk the hell right out."
What's going on, everyone? It's Sauce Kenny here today, and we're going to be reacting to Gavin Newsom getting blamed for just shopping innocent to his face. So in the intro, you can gather the context there. A worker didn't recognize she was talking to Gavin Newsom, and they were like, "Hey, why you just let a guy walk out of the store with stuff and the alarm's going off? Y'all ain't stopping him. You're not doing your job." And they're like, "Well, there's no point in doing my job because even if we stop him, the stuff that he stole will not make him prosecuted in California because the stuff he stole doesn't meet the threshold to be held accountable by the law in California." This is the claim that the manager put. Maybe someone who lives in California can actually tell me the actual number, because Gavin Newsom's on the intro saying that's not true. We're the toughest place for crime. Okay, yeah, right. With San Francisco, LA, all those break-ins over there, you the 10th toughest state on crime. Okay, I'll believe it when you show me the proof and evidence, because Gavin Newsom is known as, I believe he's known as a psychotic liar, in my view. Remarkable. During a Zoom call, Newsom said he was at a checkout line when someone left the store without paying. Newsom asked the worker why nobody stopped the shoplifter. She goes, "Oh, the governor. Swear to God." True story. On my mom's grave is the governor. And you guys know I'm not going to rehash it. And this is how you know a lot of people play tribal politics, is that when she realized who she was talking to, she goes, "Oh my God, I want to take a picture." After she just, like, within the same, it sounded like a woman. Within the same conversation, he blamed him for it. She blamed him for what's going on. "Oh, we don't even try anymore because they won't prosecute him. California got other things to worry about," right? And this is not the first story. Like, this is in February 1st, right? And he doesn't realize he's the problem. Exactly. There's a reason why Gavin Newsom, there's a reason why people had a recall election. And the funny part is, like, I don't understand people. This is where I have. If you get recalled as a governor, in my view, you're destined to lose, because if people voted enough to recall you, but then the same people of the state decided to still vote for this guy. California, y'all reap what y'all sow. And this is how I know it's a them problem. Because at the end of the day, it's not. I agree with Gavin Newsom. It's not his fault, because he openly show you who he is. He show you what he's about. Let's get into. Let me. He show you what he's about. Look, Gavin Newsom. I found a whole topic for him. ABC News host stop Gavin after he claims Biden has the best 3-year record on any modern president. Lie. Newsom critics weaponizing the law that forces stores to have gender-neutral toy departments. Hey, who cares about stopping crime? We care about having gender-neutral toys in department stores. Newsom shoots down California Dems plan to ban tackle football for kids under 12. Okay, but let's talk about stuff that actually matters. Look, restrictive gun laws. Carrying guns in most public places blocked for the second time. So he's blocking bills that will actually help deal with the crime in his country. Because Ohio allowed a constitutional carry where people can openly carry. And there's a correlation. I don't care if the anti-gun people get mad at me for saying this. There's a correlation with gun ownership and lower crime. And my theory is, and the accepted speculation is, the more crimes the more guns there are, there's less crime, because criminals understand, damn, if I rob the wrong house, I might end up losing my life for it. There's a consequence for breaking. There's a more immediate response. Instead of sitting there waiting for 5 minutes, LAPD has the fastest response time, waiting 5 minutes for the cops to show up while my life is at the hands of a criminal. People can take stuff into their own hands. This is why people like living in Florida, in these open constitutional carry states. because people feel more empowered to protect themselves. While in California, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs as a bunch of criminals come in and break your store. Actually, don't hear from me. Let's hear from a story that happened 3 months ago in December 7th, 2023, where LA was going through. Look, I can show you the story. Guys. Look, I'm not making it up. LA business owner vandalized by gang of thieves goes off on the Dems he voted for. I'm sick of it. Let's take a look at that clip, and then we'll continue holding Newsom accountable. Let's take a look.
Construction company in LA's Glassell Park. Several thieves are involved, and tonight that owner tells us he's frustrated.
This whole strip has been broken into. Our neighbors have been broken into 4 times. These guys just got broken into 2 months ago. What are we supposed to do? We're a small construction company.
Ryan Bagley, the latest victim on this Glassell Park street, to get burglarized by several thieves. So many, it's hard to count. As you watch them file into and out of Bagley's business, Delta Construction and Electric.
They smashed into our gate over there, smashed our gate into here. 15 dudes come pouring in.
Delta security cameras capturing the destructive mayhem about 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. The getaway car, this blue Kia Soul, Bagley says was stolen from LAPD's impound yard.
The cops just knew that it was from the LAPD impound because of the chalk mark on the window.
That Kia Soul taking out a gate so the hooded suspects could make entry.
Hi. You are currently being recorded.
Inside, they took whatever they could carry, including music equipment. Bagley and his brother, former band members, stored inside. You can hear the alarm and spot a guitar.
Stole 6 of our guitars, a bunch of studio mics and stuff like that. Rustled some stuff out, some construction on our construction side. They stole a bunch of tools.
Thousands of dollars worth of valuables, demolished doors and gates. Bagley says the alarm company woke him at 5:03 a.m. when the break-in was still underway, and he managed to get there even before cops. But the suspects were gone.
I came in ready to rustle them out of there and just be like, you know, I wanted to at least take down a few of them.
His business now boarded up, and Bagley is fed up with the break-ins and elected officials.
I voted for Karen Bass, I voted for Biden, I voted for Gavin Newsom. I'm sick of it. It's like at some point you have to give me a reason to vote for you again. Or just do our jobs, make a living, help our employees make a good living, and move on. But it's really freaking difficult to survive.
I'm sick of it. Well, obviously you're not, because you guys voted for this guy. Look, December 8th, 2023 is when the story was being broken out. LA business owner they decimated this man. He said, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yeah, but this is what you voted for. This is the Democratic platform. Humane. We got to be humane. We got to treat people nice. This is why I'm saying tough love is necessary. I think as a culture, we overcorrected too much. California lawmakers focus on what matters. Gender neutral toys. Like, same critique. He's debating people. He blocks the judge blocks California's repugnant ban on carrying guns in most public places. And here's why gun bans are bad. Why creating gun-free zones are bad, because essentially they become open targets for mass shooters. Every mass shooting that happened at a place where guns were restricted. Guns are not likely to show up, which is schools, public schools, which is like a lot of malls. All these areas that are targeted by mass shooters, the mass shooters go where there's no guns. And this is the argument for constitutional carry. If a school shooter knows, damn, I live in Texas. Most places are not, like most places people are allowed to carry guns. Damn, I'm gonna face some retaliation. Because at the end of the day, we gotta sit down and have an honest conversation about human nature, bro. People who tend to be mass shooters, they don't have the fortitude to actually fight someone man to man, like on equal ground. No, they want to dish out as much damage as possible. So how you dish out as much damage as possible? You go to a place where there's limited guns. I'm just saying, it makes perfect sense. If someone's defenseless, the people who want to take advantage, who are predators, want to take advantage of the most helpless people. They don't want to go fight. That's why shoplifters, thieves, they observe people. And based on how you walk, if they see a limp, they say, okay, I'll be able to rob him and he won't be able to catch me. This is what thieves do. But it seems like liberals, Democrats, I don't know if they have this bias that they think, people are good by heart and circumstances make them bad. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Conservatives understand this. Conservatives understand, hey, look, people have the capacity to do good and evil. And as a conservative, you believe that you want to create incentives, you want to create structures that incentivize people to be more good than bad. That's all you can do as a society. But these Democrats, they're too trusting, I think. This is their problem. Oh, we're too tough on people. Let's increase the threshold so we don't ruin these people's lives. You got Law and Order woke show out here telling white women that if a minority rape you, that you shouldn't prosecute them because then you will ruin their life forever. This is altruism. Altruism at its finest. Self-sacrificing, but there's no penalty for the actions and behaviors of the other person. You have to sacrifice it for their benefit, at your expense, at your family's expense, at your country's expense, at your tax dollars' expense. Because then California just passed some law for illegal immigrants to get free social programs, if I remember correctly. How about this? They're raising the minimum wage law to $20 an hour, and then Pizza Hut. Because at the end of the day, your job is not making that much money. The only way you can justify a salary is if the money that you're taking from the business makes more money than that. So that means if you're taking $20 an hour, the business has to make at least $25 an hour off of your labor to justify them paying you. But if your job is only worth $12 an hour and the government artificially raised it to $20, if your job was worth $12 an hour and the government artificially raised it to $20 an hour, that's a negative $8 per hour that the government, the corporation is spending on you. They can't justify that. Because at the end of the day, unlike a government, businesses can't survive off of the taxpayers' teeth. They only can survive off of their own resource and profit that they generate themselves. This is why government make bad decisions. This is why getting the government involved in private matters, this is why government intervention makes things worse. Because government is not punished for getting things wrong. This is the problem. This is why a lot of conservatives don't like government intervention, government subsidies, because when government do something wrong like this, look, 12,000 people just lost their jobs. What's the penalty for the government? It's a hard threshold to hold the government accountable. You have to unelect everybody that ran that administration. That's the only way a government will realize the consequence. But how hard that is to do, especially with millions of people like in California. It'll take a coordinated effort just to hold the government accountable. While with a business, I'm gonna stop giving this business my money. And the business immediately feels it because they say, oh, our profits are down last week. What happened? Oh, well, this event happened. And they have more of an incentive to fix the problem. This is why a lot of conservatives prefer to, hey, laissez-faire. Let capitalism do its thing, spontaneous order, because all these micro decisions bubble up to make the current result that we experience now. Top down command economy, it doesn't work. This is command economy type stuff. Forcing Pizza Hut to pay people $20 an hour, and you immediately put all the Pizza Hut in a negative because they're like, yo, I don't make much margins on this anyway, so I can't pay these workers. The money I'm paying these workers is too expensive. I might as well take that same amount of money and invest in automation. And now these people lost a job. So instead of gaining that $20 an hour, they got zero. A percentage of something is better than 100% of nothing. And this is what government don't understand. And I think I'm done trying to, get the politicians to change. Politicians will never change, right? Only thing politicians understand is if a consequence. Did I win the election or did I lose my election? Gavin Newsom won his election, so he thinks he's doing everything good. That's why in the intro, he's so surprised that people are blaming him for shoplifters. This is why. Because the voters have to understand this. And my argument is that I'm not trying to, I guess, get people to be Republican and all this stuff. All I'm trying to do is, hey, people, you need to get more politically informed to the point where you can actually debate some of the things that I bring up. But I know a lot of people cannot debate me because they don't know enough. And I believe I'm only moderately politically informed. I'm not even highly politically informed because I'm doing this part-time. I have my job as well. But the amount of knowledge I do know, I know how to evaluate information. Hey, is this really effective? Is this bipartisan border deal really a good thing? Do some 10-minute research and then I can make an evaluation on it. Nah, this bipartisan bill is not a good thing. And I think that Americans, voters, have to get out of their comfort zone and actually become a little bit more involved in the civic process of their country. so they don't get duped by a governor sitting here. Oh, how can you blame me? Doing all these bad policies, and the voters can push back and say, hey, look, we tried it your way. Look at the results. The results not working. You need to pivot, Newsom, or you get out of office. I want voters that can be like that. When voters are so well informed that it's almost a coordinated expectation that, yeah, I'm going to lose my job. Newsom be like, I'm going to lose my job because I ain't do a good job. But politicians don't know this is not the case. They know all I have to do is spend a lot of money, put ads out there, make sure people are familiar with my name, and I'm guaranteed to keep my position in power. And that's the inconvenient truth about politics today in America. This is the inconvenient truth about American politics today. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you surprised that Newsom got held accountable? Do you think it was unfair that Newsom got blamed for shoplifters when the worker didn't even make an attempt to stop the shoplifter? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I really will be interested to hear them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.